Welcome everybody. Today is the finale of the Fund That First Pitch.
We'll save our natural resources for the planet.
I want to encourage you to do this. I think eventually this potentially can save a lot of lives.
So what we did was we take action. Where others see waste, we see an opportunity.
You're moving into a direction that can be really impactful. That's what I like.
In terms of the business context and business productivity, I think we are all currently looking for the right solution. I throw my card into the ring.
So this is the very best protein that we think is created by the nature, but produced by Fafp'S Bio.
Sometimes the beauty product valuation is not made by the science. It's made by some type of culture.
Either if you are a load-bearing product and it's manual control, we are able to modularize and make it even smarter.
I agree with your strategy is to focus on a product that may be overlooked.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for taking time. I'm Jill Shen, reporter from TechNode, and join me today, we have Mr. Ted Du Jingyi. He's the CEO of Yanwai Technology. It's a company making technology outdoor products with a brand called Altizen. Also, Ted is one of our top finalists in the Fund at First Pitch special session at this year's Beyond Expo event in Macau. So we're going to listen to his story about making one of the most exciting business startups in Asia in the next 20 minutes. So thanks for joining, Ted.
Well, thanks for inviting. My pleasure.
So I was also in the closing ceremony at the Beyond, and like some of our judges, I was actually very much impressed by the fact that you've been very focused on the outdoor business, and more specifically, the electric utility wagon.
Yep.
So, yeah. So would you like to start by telling us a little bit about your business and why did you start the journey with this e-wagon?
Cool, no problem. So basically, Altizen is a combination of outdoor artisan. And then we are focusing specifically on outdoor tech products. And one of our core capability is to develop the motors, sensors, the control algorithm that make the e-wagon follows your movements. We figure out that people in the markets are having a very pinpoints. Basically, when they are pulling heavy stuff uphill, it will be taking a lot of efforts. And on the grass roads, the gravels, paved roads, it's heavy as well. And if you are going downhill, that means the acceleration will make the speed hard to control. So in the era where e-bikes and e-scooters are commonplace, we think utility wagon need to be motorized as well. So that's our beginning of the journey.
I think you mentioned that the global market size for e-wagon is like $2 billion US, right?
Yeah, 2 to 3 billion. True. That's our estimation.
Yeah. How to think about the penetration rate?
I think the penetration rate, a good guess, the assumption would be anywhere from 20% to 30%. Yeah, if you compare this with electric tools, it's a tool, first of all. So if you compare that with like a gardening tools, bikes versus e-bike, scooter versus e-scooter, and even the electric golf carts. So you will see the penetration rate is about 1/3.
Yes. And we have electric vehicles, right? EVs in China.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
But I think electric vehicle is a different story because that's I would say that's a whole different market if you compare that with the consumer electronics.
I think you've also mentioned EVs in your earlier presentation. So do you have any business plans related to EVs at this moment?
Of course. You know what? One of the inspiration of running this company is that we have seen the change of power source in outdoor. That's very important. So keep in mind that originally we only have like a gas, coal, or fires, all things like that. Those are the energy source. But with electricity, like the portable power station, let's say back to 2020, we were able to make a hot pot, a electric barbecue, or just watch a outdoor movie in the night. So those things completely enhance the overall camping experience. But the electricity is not big enough. You know, the power station, if you want like a 2 volts, it's about, let's say, 25 kilograms. It's kind of heavy, so it's not that portable. But right now, since most of the EVs have the capabilities of providing power from the batteries they have, that means you have air condition, you have heater, you have TV in the vehicle, and also you have a big room. You don't need to set up a tent anymore. You can really live inside the EVs. So I think if we are able to make some outdoor appliances for camping alongside with the EV ecosystem, that's an exciting story.
Yes. And for the e-wagon, although it's a niche market, but we do really have some very good business outlook there.
Mhm.
So, Ted, when exactly did you start the business?
Okay. So the team was started in early 2022. I had the idea back to 2021. So at that time, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to run a new business, focusing on consumer electronics. But I don't want to be a follower. I want to really become the market leader to just create a new product categories. So I was thinking, okay, I need to find a place where the pinpoints are there, but the technology haven't tapped into the market yet. And myself, I went to Cadax when I was 14 years old. So I'm really a outdoor enthusiast. So by that time, back to Canada, Vancouver, when our families are going to barbecue in the park, I am the one who dragged the wagon to bring foods and beverage and all these like barbecue what stuff to the park. So I was thinking, why no one make the utility wagon motorized so that I can save my efforts, right? And then I still remember back to maybe 2014. Yeah, I have seen some YouTubers are telling people how to assemble your own e-wagon at that time. But of course, that's a DIY solution, so it's not a real product. And then in 2020, in the B站, yeah, in B站, I have also seen some Chinese creators who are making their own e-wagons. But again, it's not a real product. So I have seen tons of comments under their videos asking, "Wow, could you send out the instructions? Could you make one for me? Are you able to sell it?" So I see there's market needs, and then I have the technology and supply chain resources to make it happen. So I decide to make this one. Yeah.
Yeah, you do have the enthusiasm for this specific
Yeah, I
segment.
do. I do. I really fall in love with that.
Yes. So how's the business, how's the business going? Any big milestones that you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, of course. To me, as like a tech startup, product is everything. When you have a right products at the right place and then sell it to the right persons. So our first model, we call that e-wagon Ultra, the one I have presented at the expo. It's targeting professional consumer, so people who are outdoor photographers, owner of campsites or small farms. Those are the target audiences. But they are business owners, so that means our products would not able to sell that at a low price. And due to the affordability stuff and of course the weight, our business didn't go as rapidly as we thought initially. So that's the reason why we start to develop the second model, a lighter, more affordable, meet the needs of family everyday use. We will launch these products by the end of September through Kickstarter, and we have received tons of positive comments and feedbacks from the markets and the potential distributors. So we think this will be a huge success if we launch the product properly.
Yes, I reckon that you mentioned in the expo that you're making this professional grade e-wagons at the beginning, but you also have some other consumer level products on the pipeline as well. Yeah.
True.
Yes, and you also mentioned you're planning to raise a new new round of financing and value the company like 30 million US dollars later this year. So maybe some kind of small challenges you're trying to tackling at this moment?
Well, I think, of course, developing a new product is very costly, right? So require a lot of investments, R&D, timing, support from the supply chains. So that's true. We are looking for new investors and then building the connection at the moment. But I think we have a good exposure from the Beyond Expo, as well as my industry connections. So starting from August, we are going to outreach to those investment firms and then to see if there's potential opportunities that we can further discuss.
Yeah, I hope everything is heading on the right direction.
Yes, thank you. We will make it happen.
And let's go deeper into the business a little bit. I noticed that Alderson has developed some lifestyle products for General Motors Direct Guild. It's a premium brand from the automaker. So it would be great if you'd like to share some of the details in your collaborations with General Motors with us.
Okay, so e-wagon is a durable product and it's very expensive. That means when the consumer purchase our e-wagon, he or she may not be able to repurchase another one in next 5 to 3 years. So we were thinking, if that's the case, how do we build up more connection with our consumers? So we decided to develop some accessory products like the outdoor blankets, chair, cutlery sets, water bottle, lantern, things like that. And because we have the technology and also the design capabilities, we make the product stand out themselves. So when initially Durant's, we have the initial contact, and then they were actually looking into the e-wagon. They say, could you design an e-wagon for me? So that, because at that time they were going to introduce the electric hammer into the Chinese market. But turns out that the first model of e-wagon is too expensive and heavy for consumer use. So I was saying, okay, even though e-wagon may not be a good option at this moment, but we do have some other accessories. Would you be interested to look into it? Well, they figure out that the quality and the design and also the features are very differentiated from the markets at that moment. And then they say, well, cool, yeah, let's discuss further. So we provide them some proposals and design on their behalf, and they are happy to have that. And they use our products as a gift to the potential car buyers. And also when they are making some events, the camping events, they will bring the products there and letting people to test out. I think in general, we have received many positive feedbacks on that. And also that's just the beginning. So after Durant, the General Motor, we also think, well, this market has big potential. So we outreach to other automakers, and then Li Auto, one of the leading EV brands in China, is also our client. And we are still working with few others. but I have to keep it confidential at the moment.
Yes, I was actually browsing some Chinese electric vehicle makers, their app stores, I mean their user stores, and since looks like every company is trying to do something like this.
Yeah, that's right. Because EV is it's a lifestyle trend as well, right? As I mentioned before, once you have power in the outdoors, the experience is completely different and enhanced. So they try to have like a tents, canvas, tables, things like that to make the whole experience more, I would say, immerse outdoor experience. So, but right now, people they do have a difficulty. It's that most of the outdoor products are pretty general. They are basically the same. So they want to have something new, something differentiated, and that's an opportunity for startups like us.
I think camping has really become such a trend in China since post-COVID, and many companies are trying to catch up by making their own products, like what General Motors and Li Auto have done with you. Yes. So finally, let's go back to Beyond a little bit.
Of course.
I think, yeah, I think you've done really an amazing pitch at the FFP final session.
Thank you.
So yeah, have you looked back on that? Was that good to you?
Well, I was a bit nervous at that time, to be honest, because it's really a very honor to have such a big stage and share the stories with the audience and judges. And of course, those are very experienced investors. So, like just standing in front of them, you feel the pressure basically.
Yeah.
But we were able to handle that. I will say I will give myself a minus on that.
A minus, right? Yeah, good, right.
Still give us some room for future improvement.
Yes, yes. And also, actually, it was the first time that Beyond brought such a show in front of our audience in Macau. So I'd like to know a bit of your opinions about FFP, about Beyond. Any suggestions for that for next year?
Yeah, of course, of course. We have attended Beyond Expo twice. So this year and last year, we were both attendees. I could see the huge differences. Like the organizers are really making big efforts in like enhancing the overall experience of Beyonds. For the expo itself, I think it's amazing because in Asia, we really don't have a tech expo like at this scale, similar to CES, right? If you look into CES in Las Vegas, the amount of attendees and also the traffic, it's huge, amazing. But I think Macau beyond is following that trend. So I think in the future, if we have more time, of course it will catch up.
Yeah.
And for the first pitch, this event is very interesting because, for example, again, in the US, we have like a Shark Tank, right? The TV shows. This is like a real world Shark Tank, and in front of tons of potential investors. So I think, first of all, I would say, in the first round, not in the final round, but in the first round, you have the lucky draw, right? Like 30 seconds to, I think, to 40 seconds in different sections. So at the beginning, after I listened to a rule, I was having difficulty to kind of prepare with different versions of presentation because that's a huge difference. The amount of content that you are able to deliver in just 30 seconds versus 2 minutes is completely different. So I would say maybe we could narrow that range, maybe anywhere from like 100 seconds to 200 seconds, so that everyone has the enough time just to share their story and inspiration behind.
Thank you very much. I was also very much inspired by what Neil Shen, the China founder from the Sequoia Capital, Yeah, his comments for this year's Beyond was really something like a reward to us, I believe. Yeah.
True. Like he's on the top list of Mediath, so basically the one of the top investors globally.
Yes. Actually, FFP was one of the biggest highlights at this year's Beyond, since we provided nearly 200 startups with crucial opportunities to connect with some of the most prominent investors in Asia. And we showcased the power of innovation as a platform. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ted. And we hope to see you again next year.
Well, it's my pleasure to be part of that. Thank you as well.
Thank you.